guys and gals, and everybody here from Drake Wing Game, and sitting on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace. I believe we are on Shuichi's path, y'all, so let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. January... There we go. Okay, there we go. And we're hanging a little bit with Haruki, the smug jackass that he is, but we love him anyway. He's slowly turning into a better character. You just say that because he's polite to strangers. He's a nightmare for me to deal with also. Is that so? I've never thought of that. You know, I was pretty surprised to see your softer side. It was nice. Haruki crosses his arms, leaning back on his chair and shooting me an unfriendly glare, with furrowed eyebrows and bared fangs. Soft? I'm not soft, that's for mushy people. Mushy people? Yeah, the kind that are all woe my feelings and whatnot. Blech. Makes me sick just thinking about it. You have issues, dude. Yeah, don't we all? Now, that's a little too negative for my liking. The wolf shrugs. He seems to like shrugging quite a lot. I've already lost count of how many times he did it today. What about your brother? Did he come over to check on the festival? Nah, he's not very interested in school festivals, and he'd rather spend his time studying and practicing. Practicing? Does he also play tennis like you? Yeah, he's pretty good, too. What's his rank? Do they even have ranks for children leagues? Right now he's ranked 45th in the country in the U14 league. Oh, that's not very high. He still has a way to go, but he's very gifted. Very spirited. It'd be pretty hard for him to compete like that. What do you mean? A brother that is famous in all of Japan for playing the same sport, considered one of the most talented players to ever come out of the country. And he's barely in the top 50. Probably gets compared to you quite a lot. Oh, I never thought of that. Haruki raises an eyebrow, putting a hand on his waist and looking at me funny. With all due offense, you're an idiot. All due offense? Yes, I meant that I knew what I was saying could be read as offensive and that was what I wanted to do. You're a jerk. Thank you. Seriously, why did I ever decide to talk to you? I don't know. Hope it wasn't because you wanted to come on to me. Yeah, no, you're quite a catch, I'm sure, but I already have a boyfriend. Oh, are you sure? I was looking forward to rejecting you. Would have been fun. I can't tell whether you're joking or not, and that worries me a little bit. Jeez, relax. I'm mostly joking. Mostly? This dude really scares me sometimes. Speaking of homo, how goes it with you and the big gay dog? You two look awfully chummy on Saturday. Speaking of homo, big gay dog? Where the hell are you getting these phrases? Hey, it's really dull around here. I have to amuse myself in any way I can. I feel like the nicer he becomes to me, the less offensive his insults become. They turn more and more ridiculous instead. Well, regardless, it's hardly any of your business how things are going between the two of us. It's bad enough you know we're dating. Oh, come on. I'm part of the reason you two even hooked up in the first place. At least satisfy my curiosity. Why are you even curious about that, of all things? Haruki shrugs. I have very few friends. Not much to talk about. Come on, spill. There's not much to tell. We just kissed a few times and maybe hugged for a bit. That's it? Wow, you guys are so boring. I thought you two would have fucked by now. I object to this entire conversation. Oh, please. You already have a reputation as a playboy here. I know you've dated a ton before. You expect me to believe you're some kind of bashful virgin? Give me a break. That is hardly any of my business. Yeah, got it. No need to parrot it back to me. I'm just saying, if I'd been dating someone for a week, I'd have already sealed the deal. You're so crude. Besides, it's not like I'm bashful about sex or whatnot. It's just that... He cocks his head to the side. A big grin on his face. Seriously, why are we even talking about this? Because watching you squirm is fun. Come on, you already said this much. Might as well say the whole thing. No, I refuse. Absolutely not. Nuh-uh. No way. What a bore. Better a bore than a bore. Oh, ouch, my poor feelings. How will I ever recover from those painful words? Just shut up already. Sure thing, boss. Yeah, don't call me that. I think I just felt a chill run up my spine. Alright, whatever you say, fag. Why do I bother? Beats me. If it makes you feel any better, very few people have gotten this far before. Oh yeah? And what do they get to show for putting up with you so often? They have me to insult them on a daily basis. Wow, some treasure. They seem to enjoy it, at least. Part of me is afraid of discovering who these people are, but then again, I do tease and mess with my friends all the time. I guess I'm not one to talk. So, what are you gonna do now? Surely you don't plan on staying locked up in a room alone with me. And to be honest, even I wouldn't want to. Gee, thanks. Your presence is lovely too. I don't know. I want to hang out with Shuichi, but he's probably really busy today. He didn't say anything about us meeting in his messages to me this morning, so I'm assuming that's the case unless told otherwise. Why can't you just be upfront and say, hey, I want us to spend time together? I don't want to be clingy. He might get tired of me if I did that. I don't know if I want to risk it. Oh, dear God. Why does everything have to be so difficult with you? Are you just this indecisive with everything? Pretty much. Thank you, water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back in, shall we? Okay. If I were in the dog's shoes, I'd get tired of this indecisiveness instead. Just go talk to him for fuck's sake. But what if he's really busy and still decides to take time off to be with me? Then I'd just be burdening him. He's your boyfriend. That's what he's there for. Just don't abuse it and you'll be fine. But, for crying out loud, just go already before I smack the ever-living shit out of you. What? Got it! Great, go with your boyfriend around campus. It's his job to keep you entertained, not mine. Besides, I already have plans and I can't spend too much time here. You have plans? Didn't I just tell you I have friends too? You don't have to sound so surprised. I'm not surprised. Puh, sure you're not. Anyway, I'm gonna go leave now. Good luck with your relationship problems, loser. Might as well. I've been standing in front of this door for the past 2 minutes without having the courage to knock. I can't hear any voices on the inside, so I assume that if Shuichi's here, at least he's alone. Or maybe the room just has better sound insulation than I thought. Ugh, why am I getting so nervous over small things? Just knock on the damn door and be done with it. Alright, here I go. I timidly knock on the door. For some reason, my heart is racing a little. God, I really hope I don't end up becoming a bother. That's the last thing I want right now. I can't hear any sounds on the other side for a few seconds. Maybe the room is empty after all. Just when I'm about to give up, I hear the sound of the door unlocking from the inside. Who? Shuichi opens the door, his eyes going wide when he sees me. You? What are you doing here? Oh, hi. To be honest, I'm not quite sure myself. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's pretty okay. I don't know, missed you? I see. I'm flattered to hear that. Sorry to bother you. I know you're busy, but I was kind of hoping we could get some time to hang out together. Well... Yuichi-san! I thought it was your voice I heard. What? Hitoka-chan? Hi, what brings you here? I could ask you the same question. You're not in the student council, are you? Well... I'll explain it. If I leave it up to you, you're probably going to tell a really inaccurate version that paints you as some kind of savior or something of the sorts. Hitoka pouts, crossing her arms and huffing. A few of our senior members left the council to focus on studying for their entrance exams, so we were short-staffed. We were taking volunteer help during the festival. Yeah, so I volunteered to help him. Aren't I thoughtful? You just wanted an excuse to spend time chatting. You've barely done any work here. Why didn't you tell me? I would have offered to help. We're not constrained enough that I'd directly ask a friend of mine for help. Part of the reason I can work so hard on this is because I want you guys to have fun. Besides, while we are certainly a bit short-staffed, things aren't that bad. He says a little, but in reality, he's the only senior left in the council. Over a third of the members left in the past 2 weeks alone because they couldn't handle studying and the workload of the festival. Hitoka, don't tell him that. You dumbass. What can I do to help? No. I don't want to burden you with this kind of thing. And I don't want to watch you working yourself to death. And don't even argue with me on that, because we both know you'd be capable of that. Besides, this might be the only way I get to spend time with you during the festival. It's not that bad. I was trying to rush through things so I'd get to... Hitoka wraps her arms around Shuichi's arm, smiling. So we can spend the last day together, right? Sorry, Yuichi-kun, but this is my only chance to spend a festival with Shuichi before he graduates. You understand, right? Well, don't just decide that kind of thing on your own. I was already thinking of making plans. What? We haven't hung out together at all in months, even though you promised me during Dad's birthday party. Now you're gonna ditch me during the festival, too? Shuichi looks between the two of us nervously. It's fine. Hitoka's right. This is her only chance to spend a festival with her brother as students of the same high school. You and I already had the past 2 years together. This is fine. But... Alright, we should get back to work. We need to get all this crap done so we can actually have tomorrow free. Bless her heart, she's totally clueless about us. Man, I can't even imagine how she'd take the news if she found out. Why'd you say that? I was planning to spend the last day of the festival with you. It's fine. Itoka's your sister. She shouldn't have to be fighting with me for your attention. Yeah, she is, but you're also my boyfriend. Shuichi whispers the last part of his sentence so his sister can't hear us inside. It's not like it's the end of the world. She doesn't know she has no idea she's... She doesn't know she hasn't, so she has no idea she's imposing. Yeah. Is there no way you could get off for today so we could spend at least some time together? I don't think so. We need to have at least one official student council member in here to mediate any disputes between students. We're also working on a bunch of forms right now. What type of forms? Complaints, suggestions, that kind of stuff. We get swarmed with them at the end of every day, and it usually takes me a full day to get through them on my own. Itoka showed up saying she was going to help so I could go out and enjoy myself too, but at the time it took me to go through 12, she had done 2. Ouch, that's pretty slow, or maybe you're just too fast. Nah, she's just slow. I can hear you! Her voice echoes from inside the room. Apparently a very good listener. Yup. If I help, is there any chance you'd get done earlier? That depends. On my own, it would still take about 6 hours to finish, which would mean I'd finish at 7 p.m. when the festival ends for the day. With Itoka helping, maybe I could shave an hour off of that. It would honestly depend on how fast you're about to go through these forms. Alright, my goal is to shave off at least 3 hours off that time frame then. What? That would mean you have to be going at an exact same pace that I am. Hey, I can be pretty efficient if I set my mind to it. So long as you promise to spend time with me if I manage to do it. Yeah, of course. If I can spend time with you, then I'll do it. Great. Let's get to it. Ugh. As soon as I walk into the room, I see multiple piles of papers stacked loosely on top of the table. Whoa, you weren't kidding when you said there were a lot of these. Yeah, it wouldn't be much of a problem if we had a few people working on it as intended, but as things are, it's kind of troublesome. What about the volunteers? Couldn't they do the work? They have no idea how the council works. The only reason Itoka can do these forms is because I'm here to tell her what to do whenever she has questions. I barely asked any questions. Yes, and frankly that scares me a little bit because I'm afraid of all the errors I'm probably going to find and once I go over the forms you worked on. Oh, 1 second now. Okay. Hey! Alright, what do you need me to do? The forms are pretty simple. Students fill in their information, the nature of their complaint or dispute, and we have to write down what measure is taken about it. Then the forms are returned to the students. Before we can return them, though, we need to make copies of them and then sign and stamp these copies for our own records. That's what most of the work here is going to be. Oh, and just so we're clear, we've already taken measures about all these. We just need to write things down in forms and then file in the appropriate pace. Sounds to me like your issue lies with bureaucracy weighing you down instead of the workload being super huge. You're not entirely wrong. It didn't take me more than 40 minutes to go through all these and decide what measures needed to be taken. That's what the other members of the council are doing right now. They're off putting these measures into play. Alright, y'all, I am exhausted for the day. I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon or YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!